Passage to Emma. Emma unlocked and pushed open the back door, staggering under the heavy bags of groceries she had just bought. She placed the bags on the kitchen counter and almost instinctively switched on the kettle to make herself a cup of tea. Her parents had gone on holiday, leaving her as the elder in charge of her brother. And their trust placed a huge responsibility on Emma, felt particularly because it was the first time they had left their children alone in the house together. Groping in a kitchen cupboard, she was irritated to find that the tea bags had been shifted, no doubt by James, her brother. He had also left the cutlery drawer open slightly. Even worse, he had left muddy footmarks all over the floor. Feeling justifiable, aggrieved, Emma resolved to tell James off when he came home. As Emma drank her tea, a cloud of a, a cloud crossed her mind and gradually became a storm of doubt. Hadn't James, in accordance with their parents' instructions, um, uh, left for high school before her to ensure that he was never at home alone? He had a key, but why would he have come back into the house after she had left for college? She thought again of the rearranged cupboard, the open drawer, and the muddy footprints, and tried to push aside the thought of an intruder. As the full force of her suspicion hit her, she realized that she would have to look in all the other rooms to dispel it. She could feel her heart pounding against her ribs as she opened the kitchen door and ventured into the hallway. The living room bore the signs of family life, and it was completely unbreakable. Just the sagging sofa, a slightly dusty table and chairs, bookshelves, and the television, some newspapers and magazines. Upstairs, she stopped briefly to peek into the bathroom. The closed door of her parents' bedroom creaked open ominously, but revealed the room to be as tidy as it always was, except for three pairs of her mother's shoes lying on the floor, no doubt considered ultimately to have been too much for her already bulging suitcase. As she arrived at her own bedroom door, inundated with fear, but managing to ignore the fact that she was sweating. There was nothing odd there, and James's room was presumably as he had left it. Emma looked at its dismally familiar features, books strewn across the desk, the occasional sock languishing on the floor, and a rugby ball sitting on, of all places, James's pillow. Relief flooded over her as she was now convinced that, apart from herself, the house was empty. Soon the groceries had been put away, the kitchen floor was washed, and the evening meal was on the table. When Emma opened the door to her brother, he slung his school blazer on the hall dress, caught the significance of his sister's scowl, and went upstairs with it. Surreptitiously, Emma glanced at his shoes to check for mud, hoping for further ammunition for the impending battle. The cleanliness of his shoes, however, jangled a little bell in her head as they sat down to eat. Obvious to his sister's mood, James rattled on to her about the runs he had scored in the cricket match at school. James, Emma interjected, "Why did you come home from school today? When you know Mum and Dad wouldn't have liked it. I understand that coping with some classes might not be easy, but all of us have to face up to our responsibilities. In any case, you should have known you'd be found out." James stared at his sister with a look of distinguished puzzlement, which made her realize that what he was about to say was true. "But I didn't come home," he protested. "Why on earth would I want to do that?" Emma blurted out her story: the kitchen cupboard, the open drawer, the muddy footprints. James responded with derision, "Why would anyone want to steal tea bags and spoons?" He laughed before realizing that an intruder might want to look around for valuables in the cupboards and drawers. Hadn't he heard of people keeping money and jewelry in the strangest of places? At that point, a loud, insistent knocking came from inside the cupboard in the hall, the one which could be opened only from the outside. So, section 2, reading for meaning. Read passage to Emma in the insert and answer all the questions below. From paragraph 1, why was Emma staggering? She was carrying heavy grocery bags. What was Emma's huge responsibility? Their duty was to look after her duty. Her duty was to look after her younger brother. What was the most unpleasant change Emma found in the house when she came home? There were muddy footprints all over the floor. Feeling justifiably aggrieved, Emma resolved to tell James off when he came home. Explain in your own words how Emma is feeling at this point. Emma was so annoyed that she wanted to let her anger be expressed to her brother, and she felt justified to be angry because her brother was so irresponsible. From paragraph 2, a cloud crossed her mind and gradually became a storm of doubt. What does this tell you about Emma's feelings at this point? Suddenly, an idea came to her mind there might there might be some thief in the house, and thus she felt so concerned about the safety. Why did their parents want James to leave the house in the morning before Emma did? They did not want him to be alone at home. What decision did Emma make when the full force of her suspicion hit her? She decided to check all the rooms to know if there was some intruder in the house. Paragraph 3. What are the two physical signs of fear shown by Emma? Her heart was beating very fast. She was sweating. Why do you think Emma's mother had left the three pairs of shoes lying in the bedroom? Her suitcase was already so packed that there was no room left for the shoes in it. Emma was inundated with fear. Pick out and write down one word used in the paragraph which continues this idea of inundated, flooded. From paragraph 5, James stared at his sister with a look of undistinguished puzzlement, which made her realize that what he was about to say was true. Explain in your own words how Emma knew that James was about to tell the truth. James was confused about what Emma was talking about. He must have known if he had made the if he had made the floor muddy. It was quite understandable from his reaction that he was not involved in the history of muddy footprints on the floor. Thus she realized that there must be some intruder in the house. Explain fully. 1. Who you think was knocking on the cupboard door and why. It was a thief who had searched the drawer and left the muddy marks on the floor. The thief was the thief was locked up in the cupboard, wanted help, and wanted help to be out of trouble. From the whole passage, for each of the words below, a circle the letter A, B, C, or D, which has the same meaning that the word has in the passage. Irritated, annoyed, unremarkable, normal, peak, look quickly, and surreptitiously, secretly, derision, scorn. 8. Reread paragraphs 3 and 4, which contain phrases about Emma's entry into her parents' bedroom and James' behavior when they sat down to eat. Explain the meaning of the phrases as they are used in passage, the effect of the phrases as they are used in the passage. The closed door of her parents' bedroom creaked open ominously, meaning the door opened scarily. Effect: Emma felt threatened about something wrong. Oblivious to his sister's mood, James rattled on to her about the runs he had scored in the cricket match at school, meaning he failed to capture the idea of what Emma was talking about. Effect: Emma was led to think about the possibility of thief in the house.